Good morning, my dear students. In our previous session, we understood that a particular state of matter is associated with a particular intermolecular forces. Okay, the different states of a matter are because of the difference in the magnitude of these forces. So, in chemistry, the knowledge of these forces is very important. Therefore, let us learn, let us understand in today's session different types of intermolecular forces, especially intermolecular attractive forces, which are known as van der Waals force of attraction. So, I welcome you all for today's session on types of intermolecular forces. Once again, a small recap. The forces which are believed to exist between all kinds of atoms and molecules when they are sufficiently close to each other. Such intermolecular forces are called van der Waals forces, and they have nothing to do with the valence electron. See, this is the most important point. So they operate between the two molecules or the two atoms like that. So they don't do any work with the valence electrons. Okay, valence electrons are associated with chemical properties. And in our previous session, we also learned that the three types of van der Waals forces are intermolecular forces: dipole forces, dipole induced dipole forces, and instantaneous dipole induced dipole forces are London dispersion forces. So one by one, in brief, we learn these forces. First is dispersion forces or London forces. Why it is called London forces? This is the work of Fritz in London. Therefore, they are called as London forces. Attraction due to the constant motion of electrons. Here, when two atoms approach each other, okay, they don't have any poles or they don't have any charge. Okay, so let us take for example, A is approaching with the B, or A is approaching A only. Okay, now this A has its nucleus and outer electrons, and this has its own nucleus and electron. When they approach at a particular distance, okay, then this nucleus start attracting the electron of this atom, and this nucleus starts attracting the electron of this atom. That means when they approach to a particular distance, that time they start inducing or they start operating on the other one. See here. Now earlier nucleus was here, now nucleus shifted here because these electrons start operating on the nucleus of this one, and this is called what? London forces. This is a weak force, okay, but it operates. So whenever two atoms approach each other, that time this force starts operating, known as the dispersion forces or the London forces. This will cause temporary concentration of charge on one side of an atom or a molecule. This will exist between all molecules. Okay, right. Second, what? Dipole intermolecular forces. Here, a molecule which is already having dipole. The previous one was what? No poles at all. So it was a non-polar. Now this is a polar. A molecule having the poles is known as a polar molecule. So when the polar molecule approaches one more polar molecule, let them be same or different. Okay. So when a polar molecule with two poles approaches one more molecule with its two poles, then this force starts operating, and that's why this is called what? Dipole. In one molecule, two poles; in another molecule, two poles. Therefore, this is called as what? Dipole interactions. Forces of attraction between oppositely charged ends of polar molecules. The strength of the dipole force is dependent on the polarity of the molecule. So that means with what polarity it is approaching, that matters. If it is more polar, more attraction; less polar, less attraction. Okay. So best example is HCl. Here chlorine is more electronegative, so therefore it pulls electron cloud towards itself. Therefore, partial negative charge is created on the chlorine atom, and when hydrogen is losing, so partial positive charge is created on the hydrogen molecule. That means in the HCl, two poles are created. one plus pole on the H and the one minus pole on the chloride. So dipoles are created in HCl, and when this HCl with the two poles, dipoles, approaches one more HCl, then negative chloride will start attracting the positive hydrogen, and the positive chlorine hydrogen attracting the negative chloride of another water molecule, another HCl molecule. So this is known as what? Dipole-dipole interaction, or the dipole-dipole intermolecular force of attraction discovered by van der Waal. What is a dipole? It is a molecule with a positive end and a negative end. Just now I told. Chlorine, negative end. Hydrogen, positive end. Why chlorine only negative end? Because chlorine has that ability to withdraw shared pair of electrons. Once the bond is formed, after forming a bond, exactly where electrons are there between the two atoms, it will lie, the shared pair of electrons will lie near the atom which is more electronegative. In this case, chlorine is more electronegative. Therefore, electrons are near the chlorine atom. Therefore, because electrons are near the chlorine and because charge of electron is negative, so negative charge or the negative pole is created on the chlorine. Okay, right. Now, third one, dipole-induced dipole interaction. Now, one molecule with two poles, dipole, okay, when it comes in contact with another molecule where there are no poles. Okay. The previous example is what? Dipole-dipole. Both are polar. Here, in this case, one is polar, other is non-polar. Okay. So, one is having two poles, other is no poles at all. So, when such situation arises, when the dipole molecule with the two poles, plus pole and the minus pole, approaches the another one which is not having poles, that time the polar molecule will induce poles in the non-polar. So that means positive pole of a polar molecule start attracting the electron of the non-polar. Their electrons cloud is dragged near the positive pole of the polar molecule. It means in the non-polar where there are no poles, poles are induced. For example, when a particular person is you will be there with a good personality with good virtues, good values, good character for a long time. So certain good qualities are induced in a particular person because of approach. He is staying with him for many days, many months, many years. No. So in the same way, when a molecule with poles comes in contact with the molecule where there are no poles, that time poles are induced, poles are created, poles are formed. This is known as what? Dipole induced dipole interaction. Okay, right. Now this is a special type of intermolecular force known as the hydrogen bonding. About this we learnt a lot in the previous chapter known as chemical bonding. Still, as a small recap, let us learn hydrogen bonding in this chapter also. When hydrogen is bonded to a highly electronegative atom such as nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, the bonding electron pair is drawn towards the electronegative atom. That means for a hydrogen bond, hydrogen has to be there, okay, and that hydrogen has a link with the electronegative atom. So because of this, electron lies near the most electronegative atom in that molecule. That time, when such molecule approaches another molecule of similar situation, then hydrogen of that molecule will make a bond with the fluorine of this molecule. Or if HF approaches the water, then F molecule being a negative will start operating with the plus pole of the water. So there is interaction between HF and the water. So whether it is HF to water or water to water or HF to HF, but there is a bond. Hydrogen start attracting the electronegative of the its own or the other. This type of bond is called as what? Hydrogen bond. And it is a special case of dipole-dipole interaction. Why? Because already in the HF two poles are there. In one more HF again two poles are there. So this is an example for dipole-dipole only. But what? It is called a special case of dipole-dipole interaction where hydrogen bonding takes place. Therefore, hydrogen bonding is called what? Special case of what? Dipole-dipole interaction. Because for hydrogen bonding, there are condition. No, hydrogen has to be there. That hydrogen has got link with electronegative. That electronegative will make a bond with one more hydrogen. That's why it is called what? Special case of dipole-dipole interaction. Now, for the hydrogen bond, there are two conditions. Condition number one, a covalent bond containing hydrogen must exist. Okay. Hydrogen must exist and that should have linked with one more electronegative. That is called what? H bond donor. That molecule give the H bond, H with the other one. Okay. What is the other one? Other one is called a lone pair of electron must exist in another molecule or within it also. So that it is called what? H bond acceptor. So H bond will make a bond with the another molecule where lone pair of electron is there. Okay. So one is called H bond donor, other is called H bond acceptor. If these two conditions holds good, then hydrogen bond starts operating. And in the hydrogen bonding, again there are two types. One is intra-hydrogen bonding, and the other one is what? Inter-hydrogen bonding. So what is inter? It is the between the molecules, water to water. It is called intermolecular H bonding. Whereas in the nitrophenol, within the molecule, H bonding is there. That is called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So depend upon the situation, it is classified as intra and inter. Already we learned in the chemical bonding chapter. Okay, right. So till now we studied different types of intermolecular forces. The first one is what? Dispersion force or the London force. Second one is what? Dipole interaction. And the third one is induced dipole interaction. And the fourth one is what? H bonding, which is a special case of what? Dipole interaction. So remaining you go through, and after the understanding types of intermolecular forces, we'll go to one more small topic on the states of matter. Till then, have a nice time.